Hello and welcome to this backwards compatible comics view. Today we're looking at Two Sisters, a super spy graphic novel. Now this is mostly by Matt Kindt. He does the writing and the drawing, but the colours are done by Marie Enger. So it's like a little bit of a change there. Usually I'm used to my management with Kindt doing everything, but this is something slightly different. So we're back into all the spies. Now anyone who's read my management knows that Matt Kindt is basically Mr. Spy. He does it brilliantly. One of the best spy writers out there. So this is something slightly different. This is more a straight down the line spy story, but it's still pretty cool. So Two Sisters, obviously quite easy to explain. There's two sisters. One's called L or Ellie. E-double-L-E. I'm not sure I'd say that. I would say L, but that's just because of McPherson. But L's the way I would say it. And Anna. So we mostly follow L. She is this is wartime. I suggest it's probably World War II, but it's a bit of a difficult scenario. But there's an ancient cup as well. There's old history that comes into it. We're going back to Roman times. Goes through quite a few pirate sections. Sometimes it skips and you're not too sure exactly what's happening. But as you can see there, there's stuff about V2 rockets. There's a lot of espionage, and there's again it is a purely spy-driven graphic novel. And it's great. I mean, Kindt basically is brilliant. This is a big chunk of pages. I think it's like 170 odd pages. And that to me is yeah a fair wedge of pages to read. So definitely worth its money. It's on the pricier side. You know, it's coming in around £28. Actually, one to it's 344 pages. So pretty bloody big actually. I'm sorry about that. That was my mistake in counting. It just shows you though that I didn't even realise I was reading this and it just flew by. The artwork steals the show. There's sometimes, as you can see from the pictures, there's not a lot of text. There's not a lot of lots of typing, but again the expressions and the pictures do so much for it. I can understand sometimes where people are not overly keen on Kindt's art. I personally think it's great, but I can understand why people don't, and that's why these sorts of previews that you can find on Dark Horse, or obviously in these videos, are great, because what they do is they give you that idea about why this is something to look at and why it's something not. But I mean, essentially, I still think my management's better. I love my management, but this is great. This is another stellar story, and again, it's more down to earth. It's more your traditional style story, but I really enjoy it. Elle's a great character. She does that kind of the Joker from The Dark Knight, where she tells a story of one thing to somebody and then will tell a different story to the next person, and you've got to pick up on that and realise the fact that there's something else going on behind the scenes where she knows it, we know it, but obviously the people she's talking to don't, and that's really cool. And he puts these little subtle things in. You know, there's lots of, you see through briefcases, and you see the fact that people have pen guns and decoders and all the rest of it, all the way set through the story. So it gives you that lovely little tang. And there is Anna. Anna basically appears most in this through flashbacks, but there are other parts to her as well. And again, the way that the story plays out, it keeps you on your toes. Sometimes you're like, what was... oh, that's what that is. And it's not one of those, this is not a sit back and draw book. This is definitely a deep get into it and exercise your brain sort of comic. So excellent story. Again, of Kindt's work, I think it's great, but again, I still have my preference. But for me, this is a great story, and definitely, you know, if you want to fix that spy story stuff, then this is a great series to go for. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll be back with another comic review vid soon. Take care and good night.